there, wonderful and good people. I am Coach Malebo, your holistic life and wellness coach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the laws that are governing the entire human race or the universe. And before we dive into that, you know what to do. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let us grow this community together.
I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a coach, I am an author, but most importantly, I have been called to awaken humanity. Welcome to Malibu TV, a place of transformation and wellness.
So what are these laws that are governing human race or humanity, or the laws of the universe? So the first law that I want us to discuss is the law of asking and giving. Yes, it's a law. You know, most of us, we are struggling with asking, and also we are struggling with giving. Some people are givers and some people are receivers. And I'm going to tell you that if you are one of these, you are not both, then you are not fulfilling the law. Why am I saying that? It's because the Bible also talks about this law. It says, knock and you will the doors shall be opened, right? And ask and you will receive. So this is not something that Malebo comes up with because she's a coach right now and she's going to be telling us about this life that she has manifested. No, the Bible says ask. And there is actually a verse that says, you do not have because you ask not. So many people do not have what they want because they are asking for things they do not want. So let us start with the receiver. And before we get into that, let me even explain it further. Why do I say that many people are asking for things they don't want? Many times when you are asking someone, or when you are like chilling with your friends and you're talking about the man you want, the woman you want, or the baby you want, or the car that you want, most people would say, I don't want a man who's fat, I don't want a man who does not have money, I don't want a man who's whatever. And for people who have studied neuro-linguistic programming, they will tell you that the mind cannot read can't, doesn't. When you can read that, but it doesn't. And this is also a law that, you know, you cannot be talking about things that you do not want. So whatever comes out of your mouth, it's becoming a seed in your life and it's going to plant itself somewhere. And then you are going to get back that which you have said. Just like the verse in the Bible that talks about death and life. This is another law. Death and life lies in the power of the tongue. So most people are talking about that which they don't want, and they wind around, why is Coach Malebo receiving this, or why is this person receiving this? Because they are talking, or they are being fascinated by the things they want, and they talk more about the things they want. That is why I have told my friends, I have told people who are close to me, even you watching this channel, that you can never make an example with me. The example is negative, like the example of Malebo being broke. No, you cannot make an example like that. And if somebody is making an example like that, it's not something that you are asking for, but then you agree. The Bible also talks about this. You see, the Bible is a book of the law of attraction. It says that if two or more gather in my name, I shall be in the midst. So God, who is our higher power, who goes and fetches all these things for us, he says, if you are going to say yes to an example, it means that is the yes that you want. Yes, I want to be broke. Yes, I want to be cheated on. So if you are asking for things that you don't want, guess what? You are never going to get them. So let me explain to you about the givers and the receivers. So the receivers, I wrote on my Facebook page that you will have people who are happy to receive things. For instance, there is this trend going on, like people are asking you a password for Netflix, and I know if my friends are watching, they're going to say, oh, did you mention this again? Yes, I am mentioning it because it is really important. It is importanter. People are asking for a password just because maybe you have that Netflix option where you can connect 4 people. Then people are just connected to that Netflix, right? And then there is Apple TV. Apparently, I'm not a subscriber. I'm not a TV person. So I don't even have Apple TV. But then there are other people who are also taking out from Apple TV, somebody else subscribe, and then you just, you just be there, and then you log in with somebody's thing. And DSTV and a whole lot of things, that even Zoom, the Zoom subscription. People are happy when they receive, but they do not want money or something to be taken away from them. And if you are like that, you are not fulfilling a second law that I want to talk about, which is the law of abundance. So it means that you want to group things. And I used to behave like that. Stinginess comes from that. You don't want to miss out. I don't want money to come out of my account, because you are living in lack. And I explained to my friend that lack is not you don't have money in your account. Lack is a state of being. And if somebody can share something that is 169 rand, which is 170 rand in South African currency, which is 170 rand, but then this person is earning about 15,000, and in that 15,000, for instance, they are left with 3,000 after paying everything, but they cannot pay 160 something. Then there's a problem. You see, the problem that you have is not the problem that things are not happening for you. It's a problem of lack. And even if that very person can earn 50 million, they will still feel like they do not have money because they are living in a state of lack. So lack is a state of being. Then we have a receiver. I've talked about receivers, so they don't want to pay anything. They don't want to pay posters. They don't want to pay anyone. They just want to, And myself, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I know how to design posters, but there are times when I would say to my friend Ntabi that, can you please blow my mind, because I want to also put a seed, because as you give, you also receive, right? And then we have these ones who are special beings, they are givers. They can give, those people. But then they can give what they don't have. And they are operating from a spirit of undeservingness. And I've also spoken about this, that when you feel like you do not deserve, you are going to take your money and give it to everybody that you're seeing in the streets. And we are also seeing this trend in a show called I Blew It. So in I Blew It, these are the people who have gotten money from whatever. They can get about 14 million to whatever. And when you look at them today, you won't say that these people have got or was once having 14 million, because of the fact that they felt like they do not deserve. Again, it is that spirit and that conditioning where it says you need to work hard for money. So the money that just comes in, that spirit creeps in that you don't deserve it. And what do they do? Most people would go and just buy things they don't want so that they can get rid of that money. And you can give them 1 million, they're still going to chow it in 5 days, because they feel like they don't deserve. So these are the people who will work hard and hard and hard and hard and still don't have anything to show, just like they would get money, and then even after getting this money, then they still have they still feel like I don't deserve this money, and then they give it away and they are left with nothing. That is a conditioning that you need to be aware of. Be aware of what is driving you to do the things that you have to do. Money is a frequency. Money is an energy. And you don't even, most of the time, you really don't have to feel like you are working in order for you to get money. But then if you are both, you are fulfilling a law. Listen to my son. You are fulfilling a law if you are both, because you can give And then you can also receive. So you are living in abundance. You know that as I give, I also receive. Not that you are giving because, you know, those people at church who are giving and say, yeah, I want God to bless me. No, you are giving because you are blessed. And as you are blessed, you are becoming even more blessed and triple blessed and whatever blessed, right? The second law that I want to touch on is the law of abundance, which I have already spoken about. The law that says there is enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone. You know, I had a friend of mine who had a problem that we are coaches and all of that, and my clients, I had clients and all that. And I said, you know, lack can come up with a spirit of jealousy. Lack can come up and say, Malebu is, you know, better than you. Lack. The law of abundance says there is enough men for everyone who wants to be married. There is enough women to every man who wants to get married. But lack, it makes us want to fight for one man. Lack makes us want to fight for one man and one woman, because there are 7 billion people in the entire world, but we can come and fight 5 women fighting for one man. But we are not fulfilling this law, or we don't even understand it, that there is enough for every one of us. I'm a friends with coaches. I think we have about, I don't know how many hundreds and thousands of coaches that we have that I am even friends with. But there has never been a time when I felt like this coach, and not because I'm perfect, there are other things that I'm doing that I'm always sharing with you here. But there has never been a time when I felt like these coaches are taking my customers. And I want to give credit to also my friend, Real Talk with Ntabi. I know she's going to watch this. And Tabi and I, we are almost doing the same thing, but Tabi is more advanced, you know, in that, because that's her area of expertise. And we are designing flyers. Myself, I'm designing flyers, and Tabi is also designing flyers. But there has never been a time when I feel like Ntabi is taking my customers. And there has never been a time when Ntabi feels like I'm taking her customers, because there is always enough for everyone. If you open up that business, there's always going to be enough for you. I know even at home, we have a shop. You know, we are in the villages and we have shops. In our street, oh, I don't know how to call it, but in about 500 meters, every after 500 meters, there is a shop. But there are people who are going to buy at my home. There are people who are going to buy at the next shop. There are people who are going to buy, you know, wherever, because there is always enough for everyone. So I want you to remember that. I want you to remember to fulfill the law of asking. Open your mouth and ask, and as you receive, give. Right? The second one, and I'm not saying give because you feel like you don't deserve. I mean, when your spirit speaks to you, give. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I want to store money and my money is going to finish. Give. As you give, I always see myself, as I give more, I receive more. And then also understand there is always enough for everyone. There was never where God said it's only a few for few people. No, there is enough for everyone. Right? That's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you for tuning in, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let us grow this community together.